Chapter 19 Share-Based Compensation and Earnings per Share. Share-based compensation. Share-based awards are forms of payment whose value is tied to the market price of the company's stock. So if the company's stock price goes higher and higher, then the CEO's compensation, CFO's compensation will be greater and greater. Share-based compensation plans include stock award plans, stock option plans, stock appreciation rights (SARs), or one of the several similar plans. The goals are to provide compensation to designated employees, while sometimes providing some employees with a performance incentive. Not just the incentive. Sometimes we can find some public companies, they have a positive earnings. However, their stock price is not good. Maybe the industry is not good. In that case, even the earnings is growing, is positive, the CEO or CFO's compensation may still not be good because of the industry performance. Accounting objective to determine the fair value of the compensation and to expense the compensation over the periods in which participants perform surveys. Restricted stock plans. These plans usually are tied to continued employment. The two primary types of restricted stock plans is one, restricted stock awards, and second, restricted stock units. So let's first talk about restricted stock awards, awarded in the name of the employee, but the physical position might be retained by the company. Restricted stock awards are subject to forfeiture by the employee if employment is terminated within some specified number of years from the date of grant. It's not free to sell the shares during the restriction period. Once the shares vest and the restrictions are lifted, restricted stock is replaced by common stock and paid-in capital. Any market price changes that might occur after that do not affect the total compensation. Restricted stock units is a right to receive a specified number of shares of company stock. The company distributes the shares after the receipt of ISUs satisfy the vesting requirement. The receipt benefits by the value of the shares at the end of the vesting period. Terms of ISUs vary. The receipt sometimes is given the cash equivalent of the number of shares used to value the ISUs. The terms might stipulate that either the receipt or the company is allowed to choose whether to sell in stock or cash. So there is a stock option here. Okay, let's see one example of restricted stock units. Under its ISU plan, Universal Communications grants ISUs representing 5 million of its $1 per common shares to certain key executives at January 1st, 2024. The shares are subject to forfeiture if employment is terminated within 4 years. Shares have a current market price of $12 per share. So on January 1st, 2024, there is no entry. Let's calculate total compensation expense for these ISUs. The market value per share is $12. Total shares awarded 5 million shares, so times 5 million. The total compensation of ISU here is $60 million. So the total compensation is to be allocated to expense over the 4-year service, which is called vesting period, 24 to 27. So for every year, $60 million total expense, total compensation, divided by 4 years. So for each year, it's $15 million. Journal entry for each year, the end of each year, 24, 25, 26, 27, the company will record the compensation expense 15 million per year and credit paid-in capital restricted stock. Then let's see the end of the service period, which is journal entry on December 31st, 27. This is the end of the service period. Now, exercise the option. We found paid-in capital restricted stock will reduced by 60 million, the total compensation, 5 million shares times $12 per share. Common stock will increase by 5 million, that is par value $1 per share times 5 million shares. So it's increased by 5 million. And the difference plug in will increase the paid-in capital excess of par by 55. Stock option plans. Stock option plans give employees the option to purchase a specified number of shares of the firm's stock at a specified exercise price during a specified period of time. The accounting objective of stock options is to report compensation expense during the period of service for which the compensation is given.